Shippensburg University women's soccer took on regional rival Shepherd Wednesday night. The game was a defensive matchup with both teams struggling to score a goal in the first half. Shippensburg goalkeeper Kirsten Brown was putting on a show with a total of 9 saves, tying her second most in a game this season. The first half ended with zeros on the board. The Raider defensive backline was putting in work keeping the ball from reaching the net. The second half had started and both teams were planning on making an offensive push. As the game progressed, Shepherd managed to find holes in Shippensburg's defense, which led to the first goal scored in the game by Shepherd. Soon after, 3 more goals were tallied by Shepherd minutes apart, and the Raiders were looking for answers. The game ended 4-0 with a tough loss for Ship. The Raiders will travel to Westchester on October 18th for their next game of the season. Ship Field Hockey shut out number 7th ranked Millersville in a 3-0 victory Tuesday afternoon at home. Shippensburg posted its 8th shutout of the season and held Millersville to just 1 shot on goal. The Raiders had 16 shots on goal and was held scoreless until the 3rd minute when Elena Fragasi scored a rebound out of the air. Hannah White fired home a shot from the top of the circle off a setup from McKenna Boyle to help the Raiders go into halftime up 2-0. Fragasi scored her 2nd goal of the game and 6th of the season just 4 minutes into the 3rd quarter. Emma Albee made 1 save and recorded her 8th shutout of the season for the Raiders. Ship Field Hockey will return to action this Saturday at 11 a.m. as they travel to take on number 6th ranked Bloomsburg. Catch the action online at the PSAC Sports Network. This past Saturday, the Raider football team was back at Seth Grove Stadium for a PSAC matchup against the Marauders of Millersville. Ship had an offensive showcase throughout the day, putting up 587 yards of total offense behind the arm of Riley Gunnels. Ship scored on 6 of their first 8 possessions, and all 5 touchdowns on the day were from a different player. Multiple Raiders had career days, including the receiving tandem of Marcus Sweeney and Ty Neal, who each had over 100 receiving yards on the day. The Raiders finished the day with a total of 35 first downs, the most since 2012. Ship won the matchup by a final score of 41-28 in dominating fashion. Football will hit the road once again this weekend for a showdown against ESU. Tennis played their final match this past weekend of the fall season. The Raiders went on the road to Messiah in Grantham to face the Falcons of Messiah. In the singles, Jade Miller and Ava Callis picked up huge victories for the Raiders. Corinne Markovich won 9 games across her 2 matches, but fell short in both contests from the number 1 spot. The Raiders won at least 3 games in each of their doubles matches, but fell short in the end for each of them. Ship was scheduled to face Lebanon Valley College later that day, but the match was canceled due to the weather conditions. The Raider tennis team will return to action in the spring as they begin their championship play. NBA basketball is back, and there's a lot to look forward to for the upcoming season. Starting with the hometown Philadelphia 76ers, they will return to the newly named Xfinity Mobile Arena Saturday, October 25th for their first home game of the season. The Sixers will be headlined this year by some new faces, including the 3rd overall pick in the draft, VJ Edgecombe, as well as some familiar characters too. Philly's favorite bunny will be back on the hardwood this year as hip-hop will return to the Sixers during their throwback nights at home. Many fans are excited for his return. Other stories around the NBA include a new TV deal for a familiar place for the NBA basketball. NBC and Peacock are broadcasting NBA basketball again starting this season, with the opening night games being streamed exclusively on the network. NBC will replace the Turner Company after a long run on the network. That's all for sports this week. I'm Samantha O'Connor. Now back to Lex and Walker at the desk.